Alright, let's get this over with. It's Taco Thursday. Cue the roll call or schwa or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to Ultraranger. I'm Lane.
You didn't do it.
And you're Gar.
And I'm Gar, yes.
Yeah, hi. Welcome to Ultraranger. It's the Ultraman show.
No, it's Welcome to Ultraranger, the podcast all about Ultraman's past, present, future, Godzilla, and all kaiju in between.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to have to remove that Godzilla and all kaiju in between part since that was usually about news, but since Ultra news is now its own thing, I guess it's now just Welcome to Ultraranger, the podcast about Ultraman's past, present, and future.
Yeah, but sometimes we talk about Godzilla movies and stuff on here.
That is true, but we do need to do that more often.
Yes.
And yes, I am your host, Ultragar.
So we got some Seven, Dyna, and Great for you.
Yeah, we have episode 22 of both Ultraseven and Dyna, and episode 8 of Ultraman Towards the Future / Ultraman Great.
Yes. Which Great was pretty great.
Yeah. But I guess we should start with the episode that sort of wasn't that good.
So episode 22, The Human Farm. I thought it was good.
I didn't like it.
I did. Because it felt like there was a lot at stake. So, like, you had these aliens, buracos.
Just sounds
Alien
like tacos.
burritos.
The alien burritos.
The alien burritos. So, they're going around, kidnapping women, putting these spores on their bodies, and then harvesting the spores off of them, because apparently that's their food. And women are the best to grow that food.
Have they tried men? I don't think so.
No, because like the like scientists in the lab are like, here's what happens when we put male chromosome on the spore. It doesn't react. But then they put the female one, which pretty sure they're using piss.
It was probably just iced tea.
I think it was piss.
Or just
no, but
tea.
like for the test, they probably were using piss.
Oh, for the actual test, and
yeah, it was piss. It reacted. So, like, Anne's at this birthday party for this friend named Ruriko. So, Ruriko's pet dog... John, which I think is a strange name for a dog.
I have a cat named Colin.
Yeah, but that's fine. Cats are different.
How is it different?
Oh, I think it's weird just a dog having a name like John. It's like naming your dog William. It's like, oh, William! Willie!
Like a laddie.
Alrighty. So dog gets killed. So that this episode already has minus points for killing off a dog.
Yeah.
That's not cool. So you even hear it. Like, you hear it go. I hate when you hear like dogs get like hurt or killed in movies.
Yeah, this episode is already off to a bad start because it is implying that the alien Baracco killed John the dog.
Yes.
That's not cool.
Not cool. Don't kill dogs.
Like why would it kill the dog?
I don't know. But don't kill dogs. Dogs are precious people.
No, unconditional love, man.
So Ruriko gets kidnapped, and then like Anne calls she signals the Ultra Guard to come, which at first
no, that was a flare gun to see what was out in the water, okay. And then she used her little transceiver.
Yeah, as I thought she took out a beta capsule for a second. I was like, wait, what?
No, that would be a plot twist. Just Anne reveals to be like Ultraseven's superior or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, Ultraman. Ultraman's his superior. Which I feel like Ultraman should have showed up in like a crossover
this was
episode.
Meant to be a different thing.
No, I know, but then like you said, like eventually in the middle of the production they were like, okay, this is an Ultraman series.
Well, no, it's an Ultraman style series, not it's just a straight up Ultraman series. That's why he does more like beam shots. Why the title card looks more like Ultraman's title card.
So yeah, so the rest of the Ultra come out, and it was just funny seeing them like in their uniforms, but Anne's just in a dress because she was at a party.
A silver dress, so it somewhat matches.
Yes. And so they go off in the pointer, and they're like, "All right, let's go look for this thing in the water in the pointer." And they activate its like hover mode, and it's like floating above the water, scouting out in the water, and it turns. It's able to turn. Like it was really shocking to see it happen, but it's impressive that the pointer can do that.
How can it turn when it's floating?
Yeah, it has like no aerodynamics or anything like that. So, yeah, it was strange, but it was cool that the pointer can do that.
I found it like lazy because it's like whoever wrote this was just like, and then the pointer float in the water. Didn't we just introduce that they have submarines in the last episode?
Maybe the models got destroyed or something.
Well, no, they still have them because they show up later in the show.
Oh.
Not to mention, we also have the Ultra Hawks that can, fly. Why do we need the pointer to be like, all right, let's have the pointer float above the water?
They missed the ship anyways, so that didn't matter.
Yeah, they missed it. Which, when I saw this flying saucer looking thing, I'm thinking, oh, okay. So it's a sequel to last week's episode.
Yeah.
Because of Iron Rocks. Maybe it was like the alien memes. They reconstructed it into like an Air Force type of thing.
Nope.
No. I'm like, that's wasted. That's wasted.
So then like Ruriko ends up washed up on a shore or something like that, and so they find her, but like
so washed up, there's just a brown filter over the
there's no
screen.
color or anything. It's weird.
And there's no, it's not like transitioned into like the brown filter. It's just, oh, come to the beach at once. Now everything's brown.
Maybe it was for dramatic effect or something. Who knows? But I didn't understand why.
I don't understand why either. I don't understand the whole green thing later on as well.
So they they find the spore on Ruriko, and then they find out like she's infected with something because then she starts like glowing green. She looks like She-Hulk. It was really funny because I was like, "Oh, is She-Hulk a thing yet?" And it's like, nope, not for another 12 years. So then Anne gets infected as well because like the alien burrito comes out and he's like, and like attacks her, and Dan's in there trying to fight him off, but then like the alien like grows arms out of his body and he's like, ha ha ha! But then Kiriyama comes in and just like shoots him. He's like, Dan, you alright? And he's like, yeah. So then like they go to the scientists to be like, okay, so what are we gonna do? Like, is there a way to cure it? And he's like, well, yeah, there's like this alpha ray stuff you can get. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, we'll do anything to get it. It's like, it's in Saturn. It's on Saturn. Oh, okay, well, we'll just take the Hawk 3 to get there. Yeah, it'll take 3 days to get to Saturn and back. They have less than 15 hours to live.
Well, actually, it's the Hawk 2 that's the rocket that can get there. Which is really surprising to know that in Ultraseven's canonical universe, they have a rocket that can get to Saturn and back within 3 days.
Yeah, it's only...
Saturn's farther away than Mars, right?
Oh yeah.
So we know it would take us a couple of years at least just to get to Mars. Lane's currently looking at how far it'll be for us to get to Saturn at this point, if we actually went there.
So it would take to Saturn. It would take 7 years.
7 years.
7 years to get to Saturn.
That is a long trip.
So Dan, obviously feeling really shitty about it, he's just kind of sitting there and like he's looking at this like I guess it's like a painting of like the solar system or something like that.
I guess it's something he's working on.
So he's kind of just sitting there, kind of looking at him, moping, and like that's when I thought this episode was actually pretty good because it kind of like shows that like Dan cares about Anne a lot because like she's a close friend of his and he doesn't want to lose her.
Well, that does lead to my only positive comment about this episode. And it's Toru Fuyuki's soundtrack in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
It does make you feel like all hope is lost.
Yeah, so then, like, Fujihara, Soga, and,
You mean Furuhashi?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Furuhashi, Soga, and Amagi are out in the Ultra Hawk. One, attacking the
saucers.
Yeah, the
which
Baraka saucers.
There's a shit ton of them. So they asked for reinforcements, so Dan's like, alright, I'll go. And then I think at this point he was trying to find an excuse to become Ultraseven without like arousing suspicion. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like fly blindly into these thing ships and like make it look like I crashed, and then like I'll just turn Ultraseven as like in the commotion. So yeah, so everyone thinks he's dead, and they even like a close up of one of their mouths going like,
Dan! Just for a Hashi. Dan!
So then yeah, so Ultraseven ends up flying out, but he gets captured, and then Kiriyama and them like go in. And it's like, oh, go distract. Because he's like, oh, Ultraseven's trying to get to Saturn to get this Alpha Ray stuff.
Alpha 37 rays.
Yeah. Which Ultraseven gets it, comes back, and then they're like, what about Dan?
Oh, Dan's perfectly fine.
And so it's just Dan back at his painting Saturn.
I just want to see like a group of aliens out in space be like, alright, we're here to conquer the Earth. And our main problem is Ultraseven, and you just cut to the shot of Dan licking on the paintbrush at the end of the episode.
Yeah, he just licks his paintbrush at the end of the episode and just stops there.
I'm guessing that's I mean, if you dab your paintbrush in water, saliva, I guess.
Beat the devil out of it.
Oh.
Bob Ross was an Ultraman secretly.
Bob Ross missed a finger, actually.
Bob Ultraman.
Bob Ultraman.
Just want to see him with like the Bob Ross afro.
That's in the thumbnail now.
Alright.
Watch like Bob Ross's estate trying to sue us.
Okay, we're just making a joke. They asked us to remove it, we'll remove it. So I thought it was a good episode just because like it kind of kept the tension going, and it was like really balanced with it. Like it kept the tension throughout the episode. Like it didn't cut to like silly shit or anything like that. It was just like, oh yeah, our friends are dying. Fuck, what are we gonna do?
I didn't really like it.
That's fair.
It's
okay if you and I have different opinions on the same episode.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Siskel and Ebert, that shit.
Sure. Yeah, I just thought it was good because it was good at keeping its tension. So didn't break it. But now Dyna. Now this is an episode I didn't like really.
You didn't like this?
I wasn't big on it, no.
What?
You know why? Do you know why? I don't like Rio. I think she's a very bland, boring character.
But it had such a good message.
What, don't fucking give into your fear, shake your fear off, conquer your fears? I mean, yeah, it's a good message, but I don't give a shit about her. I don't. Even with the episode where she got her fucking soul stolen, I was like, ooh, yay, Rio's gone! Like, I didn't care. I just don't care about her. And also, like, they're like, oh, her senpai, like this Professor Ayami or whatever.
Fellow classmate at first.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so, like, there's this guardian deity named Mozui, and, like, it's...
Mozui.
Yeah, Mozui. Oh, I think it's Mozui.
Mozui.
So it's this thing that got trapped in this stone tablet, and, like,
Mirror.
chuck stones in it, and they're like, oh, it's a spring or whatever, it's somewhere, and it's like, no, you idiots, it's a fucking mirror. Spring just means like a reflection, which like eventually Captain Hibiki does figure that out. He's like, it's not an actual spring, guys, it can come out anywhere. And then
there was an actual spring there where the kaiju lay, like, you know, where the kaiju was dormant, in ancient Japan, but then they sealed it away in the reflective mirror.
Oh yeah.
So, and, like, they brought up, like, you know, like, the crew brought up, it's like, well, like, buildings have built over it now. The lake's dried up. Yeah, but spring could also mean just reflection. And what did we see? A giant building reflecting the moonlight that allows Mozumi to escape.
Yeah, so, like...
This thing was terrifying, though.
Oh, it was pretty cool. Oh, no, the kaiju was cool. I liked it. Yeah, I just... I'm enjoying this episode, really. I think it focused too much on Rio, and I just didn't care about her. So,
But
that's just me.
Yes, it focused on Rio, but it doesn't mean that the main message of the episode wasn't about Rio.
No, I know.
It was the whole point of the episode was, as Captain Hibiki brought up, like during his speech for his fellow Super Guts members, there is no shame in fear. There are times when I feel afraid too. But what is important is to be able to directly conquer your fear. That is what the battle is about. So it's not saying, like, yes, I know it says conquer your own fear, but it means not to let fear... You are allowed to be afraid, but don't let it take over your life.
Don't let it drive you, yeah. Yeah, no. I understood the message, and it's a good message. It's just that, personally, in terms of, like, plot of the episode, just... Yeah.
We're really on polar opposites there.
Yeah, well, I mean... We get to Great, we'll be like, oh,
yeah.
I think Great is where we're like,
where we meet.
All right,
Great's where we meet in the middle.
But yeah, so just like I'll give Rio's actor like credit. She was pretty good at like acting like fucking afraid and shit because she's like, Senpai! Like she froze when she could have helped. Like I thought her classmate was dead, but like no.
Well, she's on her deathbed almost.
Yeah,
like they don't know if she's gonna make it or not. Which makes Rio more upset because it's like, I could have stopped this, but no, I was too afraid. I could have gotten my own friend killed.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm going for crabs, let's go! He's fighting crabs. Like, no, you're in danger! You're Super Guts member, you're more in danger! Because
the kaiju feeds on fear.
Yeah, like soldiers fear, to be specific. Yeah. And Super Guts members are soldiers, so.
Oh, shit. They feed on meat. And where the meat?
Yeah, and then Asuka turns into Dyna, and like Asuka is like, "Oh, I got you a drink," and she's like, "Fuck off." No, she was just like being like trying to tell him like, I was so afraid I froze, could have done something to help her, but I didn't. And then like she ends up going back to like get like the disc that she had on her.
Oh yeah, the floppy disk file.
Yeah, and then
so that the Super Guts members know the full story of this deity.
Yeah, so she had to like go back to like where her friend was hurt, and she was like, "No."
Things sort of remind me of a mirror monster, but from Ryuki.
Yeah.
How it can just it feeds on people, like it feeds on fear of people.
Yeah.
But it can't stay out here for long because apparently the moon allows it to like stay out and about. But when the moon is covered, it's like that's when it's at its weakest.
Also, I'm sad Asuka didn't yell at Dyna.
Well, no, but he showed up in a red orb.
He did.
Which I guess that just means all Ultras have the ability to spin super fast to turn to the red orb.
Also, they can do that. They can shoot water out of their finger.
What's he doing? Oh no, he's doing the water.
I wonder if they did. I wonder if they ever made like an Ultraman sprinkler.
They probably did, and it probably does the pose. So it's just like.
I always like that Simpsons episode. Which one do we have? Do we have like the, or do we have the, or the?
Growing up, we had the third one.
I had the first one.
Yeah.
I always liked those sprinklers, and then like I jumped through them as a kid because it was kids don't do that anymore.
Kids don't do a lot of things anymore.
No, you know what? They still do chalk drawings on the sidewalk because like last summer, whatever. Like I saw drawings, I was like, oh, kids still do that. Oh, yeah.
It's like when we saw kids with toys,
like playing with them. Yeah.
Yeah, like playing with their action figures. Like we're just both like, kids still play with toys.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were just made for adult collectors.
Yeah, Dyna blows them the fuck up, and they made sure to like really make us take this in that it exploded into pieces because they showed it 4 times from 4 different angles. Yeah, which I was fine with that because it was a fucking cool explosion.
Because Rio helped with the rocket launcher.
Yeah. Fuck you! Fear this bitch!
Fear this bitch.
Yeah, that'd be like in the 4 Kids stuff. It's just like, hey, fear this!
Eat dirt!
Eat dirt! Yeah, look at the compilation of Earthworm Jim just saying, eat dirt!
That's Dan Castellaneta.
It is Homer Simpson. And then, yeah, she calls her and is like, yeah, come by. I want to bring crabs.
Okay, I look up into the moon to see her.
Yeah, I saw her and then the moon. I was like, okay. And yeah, so this is an okay episode.
I liked it more than Lane did.
It's because you like Rio.
That...
I'm a Mai fan. I like Mai more. If it was a Mai episode, I'd be like, fuck yeah, Mai episode.
I think I just liked it more because it focused on the entire team. So it just like you have Rio, like you have the Rio part, but then you also it also concerns the entire Super Guts team, and even Rio learning, even Ultraman Dyna gets scared.
That's true.
It's like, the guy that shows up to beat up the monster is also afraid. I guess me and him are a lot like you and I. Wait, no. What's the script?
You and I, we're not so different. You and I.
See, I did say that.
Oh, man. Alright, anyways, on to Ultraman Great. The really best episode of these three.
Oh, the MVP. Ultraman Great!
So, episode 8, Bitter Harvest. So, my god. I don't know how, but Ultraman Great just keeps getting better and better and better as the show goes on.
I just laugh because I forgot to take notes.
Yeah, it's because we were so invested in it.
We just watched it like an hour ago.
But it's a memorable as fuck, so whatever. Yeah,
so the insect... So, okay, there's a drought in Australia.
Yes.
A lot of animals are, this is bad.
Yeah, because it's Australia.
It's Australia. This is not going to end well.
So everyone else is dead except Australia. They'll be dead soon. Kangaroos.
What?
You ever seen End of the World? I gotta show you that later. It's funny.
So there's this farmer out here. I didn't catch his name, nor do I think they ever mentioned his name.
No, but we got Sand. Oh, it says Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Farmer Johnson and Sandman or Sandy.
Farmer Johnson.
So Sandman, he was an interesting character. So I apparently he's supposed to be like this like middle-aged man or something like that, but he's a kangaroo loose in his head. Like he's not the brightest. He's a bit dumb.
The elevator doesn't go all the way up.
Yeah. There's the car is running, but there's no one behind the wheel. So
there's a snow fort with no ball.
I feel like this guy was meant to be played by like a 13-year-old kid because Johnson at one point says, "Do you want to get sent to a home?" And it's like, wait, what? Do you mean like a foster home or like an orphanage? And so I feel like this character was written to be a kid, like a 13-year-old kid, but they just made a grown fat guy.
I think it was meant to be more of like he's on the spectrum.
Maybe that's possible. But anyways, he was cute. So so this Johnson guy, he's like using these like toxic chemicals to breed like pesticides to like throw on his crops to like get rid of bugs because that's a thing that happens.
The only problem is the insects are eating the pesticide
and mutating into giant fucking kaiju-sized monsters.
See, this is why you don't do drugs.
Yeah. So like they find one of the giant locusts, but it's like smaller because it's like a baby. Mm-hmm. And of course Charles, being fucking Charles, he
makes a food joke out of it.
And he makes a food joke out of it, and he names it after himself.
Yes.
And he's like, wait, what kind of name is that? Oh, decided to name it after me.
Named after myself. I love this cast.
Yeah, I feel like the two that get the short end of the stick, honestly, are Kim and Lloyd.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, okay, we figured out the pecking order for the show, honestly. So the pecking order, from top to bottom, it goes Arthur Grant, like, hands down, best fucking character in the show. You got Charles. Charles, you can't go wrong with him. You got Gene.
Yep.
You got Lloyd. And you got Kim, and then at the very bottom, unfortunately, is Jack Shindo.
And then there's Ultraman.
Yeah, and then there's Ultraman. But, there's this fucking hilarious scene where, Lloyd and Gene are in a Hummer. Jack's in his own Hummer.
They're flying back to base.
So Jack's talking to Ultraman.
But then, like, Ultraman's talking to him.
Yeah, Ultraman's talking to him, and so Jack's responding to him. But then, like, you cut back to Jean and Lloyd, and Jean just says, "Man, it seems like there's trouble always brewing when, like, Jack starts talking to himself." So they hear him through the comms talking. So, like, Gar made a funny joke where, like, he played the scene again, but he kept, like, muting every single time Ultraman was talking. So all you'd hear is just Jack talking.
It's just Jack's response, and then dead silence.
I just feel like, Jack, we can hear you over comms.
Because Ultraman's like, oh, we must figure this out and such. And, like, Jack responds with him saying, oh, that's a tall order. So imagine just flying along, you're having a conversation, you just hear Jack on the intercom, that's a tall order. So, that's it. You don't hear anything else from him.
Yeah, so, like, they land down at the farm where Johnson is, and so he has a gun, and he just starts trying to shoot at Kim and Jack, and, like they're all, like, Arthur's having a conversation, Jean and them, they're all, like, talking, and you can all, like, they can all hear each other through the comms, but, like, just as this is happening, Jack and Kim are getting fucking shot at.
Not with a laser, not with, stolen alien tech. No, just a rifle.
Yeah, so then, like, Johnson gives Sandy the gun, and he's just like, oh, hold him off, I'm gonna go...
Well, I'm gonna drive off this way, and we never see him for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, so then, like, Sandy's, like, trying to, like, stop them from, like, finding their chemicals, but then, like, Jack comes, and he's like, put down the gun.
Yeah, because apparently according to Arthur, friggin' these chemicals were, like, buried underground, they were just, like some sort...
Yeah, they're legal.
Yeah, they're illegal.
For like 30 years.
For 30 years.
Yeah.
Not good. Definitely not good. We could have... That explains the whole Shin Godzilla thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened in Shin Godzilla. They're like, oh, what happened to... Like, so how did they get so big? It's just been eating the chemicals at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, shit, yeah.
It did what?
It what?
Stand up. So yeah, so then one of them grew really, really fucking big, and so, like, they're trying to figure out, like, how to defeat it, and so Charles, back at the base, Charles walks in with a fucking burrito, and, like, he's talking to Arthur, and, like, Arthur is just like, all right, well, we got to go out in a Hummer and fly, and, like, Charles is just like, for some reason Charles doesn't want to go out there, so he's just like, oh, Cap, I'm a hugger, not I'm a lover, not a fighter, and he's like, this isn't my expertise. And, like, Arthur just takes his burrito
that he's already eating.
He's like, we'll see about that.
That's what you think.
That's what you think.
Takes a bite of it.
Takes the burrito, walks off with it. You see Charles is just like, hey! And then, like, they're in the Hummer, so, like, you see Arthur in, like, full pilot gear. And I'm like, that's awesome. And then, like, he's like, he loves little Charles. Just like, want to fly. So you just see Charles just, like, kind of, like, cross his arms. You see Arthur just piloting the Hummer with a big smile on his face, like, yeah. And I'm like, what a boss, man. This guy's so fucking cool.
Ultraman towards the future, more like Ultraman. Arthur Great is the future.
Right? Like, me and Gar said, like, if we find an announcement in the news that, like, his actor passed away, we're gonna be sad.
Oh.
Like, if we met him, I'd just be like, dude, you're the best part of the show. Like, imagine they got him to voice, like, Father Ultra or something like that.
I would love to see him be the Doctor.
Yeah.
He is from the United Kingdom. He is he is British.
So, but yeah.
So he is a candidate to become the Doctor.
So they realize that, like, there's these eggs, and, like, they like, Charles developed like a acid chemical that can, like, destroy the creature. And so, like, Sandy's with Jean and Jack or whatever, and it's
somehow
like, okay.
got an axe.
Yeah, he got an axe, probably from the farm, and he just decides to, like, he starts, like there's just a shot of him just running down this fucking hill in the middle of, like, the desert, like the outback or something like that, with this axe, runs over to the eggs, starts fucking chopping on them, and it's like, holy fuck, this dude's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that creature killed his best friend.
Yeah, he kills mate.
He kills mate Johnny.
Yeah, he kills mate Johnny. And so Jack's, like, gets him out of there, but then, like, the creature, like, starts attacking. So then Jack like takes the advantage of just being like, okay, I'm gonna transform an Ultraman. So he turns into an Ultraman, which Gar told me apparently in the Japanese dub of the show, or like the Japanese version of the show, they actually gave him like Ultraman's grunts.
Yeah. The original Ultraman grunts are used in Ultraman Greats, like in the Japanese. Well, you gotta remember this is like mid '90s, so like the audio's not that good.
Yeah. And so Ultraman, Great has a fucking sword.
Yeah, he used freaking
like a beam sword.
It's like a beam. Suck it, Hikari.
Yeah, it's like a fucking beam katana. So he like chops off the thing, and like the kaiju almost fucking like chops his head off.
Oh yeah,
and like you hear Kim like, look at Ultraman. I'm like, you wanna take the line again,
Kim? You wanna go into the ADR room and say that one more time?
That over. And so they drop the chemical over, and like I swear to God, like Charles says, like, oh, I never thought, like, what am I, a pest exterminator? Like, I feel like I'm a pest exterminator, but I thought you said piss. I thought he was gonna say like, oh, I felt like I pissed on him. So yeah, they do the chemical, and then like Great just like dissolve, like just shoots something at him, and then he just disappears. And I was like, what? No explosion? Like, come on.
No, we wasted the budget on getting Sandy.
So, yeah. So then, like, Sandy is in the chemical, which I guess is harmless against humans. Yeah. He gets out, and he, like, runs down, and, like, Gene and them are like, Sandy! Sandman! And, like, he goes to make a hug. And then just Jack comes out, and he's just like, what about me? And that's when just me and Gar just, like, decided to play the Seinfeld theme. Where it's like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, because, like, that's where it would freeze frame if this was a sitcom.
Yeah, so then he runs down, too. He gets a hug from Gene.
But like, speaking of sitcoms and freeze frames, the episode ends with the crew bringing Sandy back to base.
He's got like a visitor's badge on.
Either a visitor's badge,
like an honorary badge,
or like an honorary member.
Has his picture on it.
Maybe he is a member of Uma now, just not with the main cast.
Yeah, and so they bring out a cake, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll just take a little piece." Like, they cut a piece. He grabs the rest of the cake, and he's like, "I'll take this." It freezes on him.
Yeah, that's where it freeze frames. I'm like,
Gar's just like, "I'm out. I can't do this anymore."
Not because like, oh, that's stupid. No, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, the show's peaked.
The show has peaked.
So, yeah, this episode was fucking amazing.
This episode was fantastic.
So good.
I think it was because we were just having so much fun with how goofy it is.
Yeah, because it's goofy.
Because, you know what it is? The show's no longer taking itself seriously.
No.
Now that Goose is gone, we can just do whatever we want, and it'll be funny as hell.
Yeah, they're just dealing with, like, fucking ancient, legendary Australian monsters, fucking chemicals making bugs giant. Like, that's basically what this is.
No longer have to deal with Goodis.
Yeah, I thought Goose was going to be more involved in the show, but after the show.
If anything, it should have been, like, Goodis episode, regular, Goodis, regular, Goodis, regular. Maybe throw in an alien.
End it with Goodis.
And then end with, like, Super Goodis.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, Sandy was the fucking...
Sandy was...
He was a sweetheart.
He's probably the best side character we've gotten in this show.
Yeah. It was like, all you other had was like the Mrs. Simpson, the kid, all the asshole fucking military guys.
Stanley,
not Stanley though.
Not Stanley. Goodis possessed Stanley.
Yeah, that outback native.
The orphan kid.
Yeah. Look, you hated that episode so much.
Because it made no sense. They needed to...
Flies off on the fucking kaiju. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. The editing was so stupid.
I don't want to think about episode 3 again. Why can't that episode just be lost to time?
No. Oh, we found one of the masters of what? Episode 3. No. So like now we're at this point in Ultraman Great where it's like, you know what, this is a fun show.
There's 5 episodes left.
I like it.
I can confirm this. We do have a guest on for the finale.
Yep.
Of Ultraman Great. I'm not gonna say who it is yet.
It's a beep.
It's beep. No, we worked at the details and basically, it works for his schedule. Works for our schedule.
It does.
It'll be fun to have him on.
Yep.
Well, I guess there's your first clue. It's a guy. Female Ultraman fan? Yeah, right. I can't say that because I know several fans of the Ultra series who are actually female. Anyways, this has been Ultraranger, episode 149. Oops. I don't know.
Bye.
Bye.
Schwa for now.
Episode 50's next episode. We're talking about Ultraman Taiga, New Generation Climax.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, bye.
Bye.